Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you from Wayzata, Minnesota tonight for another game for the Mpls Bantam B1 Bla team against Bantam B1 Blue team. This is the gold team, so we have not seen this team yet. This is a district game for the Storm. I know we have a number of folks tuning in from out of town, grandparents, friends. So for those of you who may not be as familiar with the Twin Cities area, Wayzata is a kind of a far western suburb of Minneapolis. The town is on the shores of Lake Minnetonka, one of the larger lakes in Minnesota, and home to quite a few vacation homes, some very nice homes on Lake Minnetonka. This association tends to, even though the town of Wayzata is a relatively small town, I think there's only about official residency of about 4,000 people or so, I think, but they draw from a much wider area as far as their association goes, so it's a rather large hockey association, roughly the same size as Minneapolis in terms of number of kids. And they typically have very strong teams. Their high school team is typically ranked up toward the top of the standings in the state high school rankings. And so consequently they have a fairly strong association as well. Teams are finishing their warm-ups. And we'll be underway in just a moment. Storm are coming off of a 2-0 win over Hopkins earlier last week. And looking to keep up their winning ways here. They've actually not lost the game since early November, so hoping to keep that streak going here and head into the Thanksgiving holiday on a win streak. They will be playing in Minneapolis at the Minneapolis Cup over Thanksgiving, which is a tournament put on by the Minneapolis Hockey Association. And here we go. Looks like Storm are going to start off with O'Day, Hutchins, and Lego up front. O'Melia and Meyer on D. And here's the face-off. This comes down into the Storm offensive zone. Controlled now by Wayzata as they try to get it out of the zone. It's kept in, though, nicely by Otto. Now is loose puck. Now squirts out of the zone. Comes to James Meyer. James fires it back in. Here's a shot, but that is off the mark. Goes into the corner. Another shot intercepted by Colin. Colin outlets up to George Lego. He's knocked off of the puck. And there's a shot right at George T1 Ortiz as he gloves that one. George getting the start in goal tonight. Here's the face-off, comes to Wayzata. They're going to take a shot that goes into the corner as it's off the mark. This one comes to Jackson. Jackson tries to get it out of there. That's poked away. Wayzata with control now behind the net. This one intercepted by Ben Scorey. Ben's got to skate it ahead. He's looking, leaves it for, loose puck right out in front, and great scoring opportunity there as Colin Moose took a shot. Griffin O'Melia chases this one down. Oh, there's almost a loose puck, but that's eventually picked up by James Meyer. James now is going to bring it in. He's going to look for a shot. He takes a shot, but that's off the leg of a Wayzata player. Nice job by Cam on D. Ooh, centering pass right out front. Ooh, and that one is just kicked away by George. Here's Will with it. Will up to Archie. Archie now skates it through the neutral zone, dumps it in, and chases it. Will Marsh tries to center it. Sorry, that was Otto tries to center it. Now Otto picks up, now comes to Will Marsh. Will Marsh sends it back around. Otto goes over to pick it up. He kicks it out to Griffin O'Melia. Griffin fires one, but that was deflected. Now here is Will Marsh with it, trying to pull it off of the boards. He backhands it around. Now here comes Otto. Now Griffin tries to fire one. He fans on the shot. Now this one comes to Colin, but that was too hot to control. And now here is Beck Shepner to retrieve a loose puck. There's a shot right at George. George saves that one, pops up in the air. He kind of lost it for a second, but now Wayzata is going to dump it back in. Cam outlets. Here's the outlet to Colin Moose. Colin skates it ahead. He comes in for a shot. Ooh, and that's off the goalie's shoulder. He got a good shot away there. Now, here's Ben Scorey as he pokes it into the zone. Now that one's kicked back down. Griffin over to Tyson. Tyson tries to get it out, but it's blocked. There's a shot right at George, loose in front, and fortunately for the Storm, another save by George. This one is knocked out of there by Jackson. That's going to be an icing call. So we'll come back down for a Wayzata offensive zone face-off, and Will Marsh is in to take the face-off. Comes to Wayzata. There's a shot, but that's off the mark. Goes to the back wall. Centering pass out there again. Another shot that doesn't get through as that was knocked down by Beck. Now here's Tyson. Tries to poke it ahead. Oh, he does. Now we got a 2-on-1 here. Tyson with a shot. That is just off the mark. Will Marsh now tries to pick up the rebound and stuff it in, but now back comes Wayzata. Wayzata with an opportunity. Nice defense there by Beck. And we're going to have a stoppage of play as the net comes off its moorings. Colin O'Day comes back in on the face-off. This one goes back into the corner. Now it comes around where James Meyer picks it off the boards. James with it. James looking to outlet. He gets it over to Otto. Otto is going to fire that one in. It bounces off a Wayzata player. Colin pokes it away for a second. Now he controls it, sends it back in. Now here's George with it. Tries to center it over to Otto, who's in the slot, but couldn't quite get it to him. There's a shot fired and into the corner. Griffin's going to send that one around. George Lego comes over to pick it up, but that one's fired toward the net. That was off the side of the net. James Meyer with it again, trying to get it out. Comes to Colin. Colin over to George. George now skates it up. He's got Otto trailing. Now, nice shot. Oh, and a loose puck, but great job by George to get in there, get a good clean shot. He got the rebound as well, but couldn't get it in. Oh, this one pops over Beck's stick and out, so he'll have to go retrieve it. Here's Cam now. Now over to Colin Moose. Colin tries to kick it back. Nice job by Beck to keep that one in. Jackson now chases this one down. Loose puck right out front. There's a backhand opportunity for Ben Score, but nice job by Colin to keep that one in the zone. Now Ben Score battling. Oh, here's another shot right out front. Great opportunity by Colin Moose again, but that one is blocked. Still in the zone, though, is the Stormer. Doing a good job keeping control here. Not sure what that call was. They called offsides, but I never saw that go back into the zone, so. No, they did call a penalty. Okay, so that's what it was. It was a penalty on Wayzata. So the Storm now will go on the power play here. Great early opportunity here for the Storm. 6:59 left here in this first period. Still no score. Will Marsh on the faceoff. Will kicks this back to Griffin. And there's a shot that is covered by the Wayzata goalie. Will Marsh again on the face-off. This is dumped in. Comes over to Tyson. Tyson behind the circle. Out to James. James back to Tyson. James now fires one. Loose puck picked up by Wayzata. Kept in though. Griffin. Griffin tries to go off the boards and ends up kicking it out of play. So that will be a stoppage of play and a face-off in the Storm offensive zone. Fortunately for the Storm here, we don't play NHL rules, and that's not a penalty. O'Day, Lego, and Hutchins back in on the front line. Now here's Beck with it. Beck off the boards. Comes over to Otto. Otto behind the net. Circling. Oh! Nice feed over to Collin, but he couldn't get a stick on it. There's Wayzata back to... Comes to Collin. Collin now outlets up to Otto. Otto over to George. George has got Beck on the other side. Circles. Oh, nice centering pass, but Beck had gone just a little bit too far. He couldn't quite get a stick on that one. Now here comes Griffin. Comes to Collin. Collin now pokes it into the zone, but that is poked right out of there. And dumped in by Wayzata. Now here is James with it. James tries to outlet. Oh, just a little too far for Collin Moose. That was kept in by the official. Now here is James with it. James trying to get in for a shot. That was on his backhand though. He still controls it. He feeds it over to Collin Moose. Now dropped for Collin again. Ooh, another shot by Collin Moose. Nice job by Collin to keep control. Oh, he tries to get it right back to Griffin. Now this one is brought down and fired on net, but that is covered by George T1 Ortiz. There's Tyson as he kicks that to himself. He's going to bring it in and dump it, or he's going to shoot it on net. Oh, now here's a loose puck, but picked up by Wayzata through the neutral zone. They're going to come just fire it down, and Beck is going to pick that one up. He reverses it over to Cam. Cam now, outlets. Archie with it. Archie up to Will Marsh. Will fires that one down in deep. Now there's Tyson with it. Tyson shovels it out to Griffin O'Meara. Oh, Griffin fires one toward the net. That was bouncing through the crease. Nice poke check by Cam Adair. Pad save by Otto. Otto then fires it down. That's going to be icing call. Otto got a little too much stick on that one. I got away from him, and we will come back down for a Wayzata offensive zone face-off here with 3:22 left in this opening period. Here's Colin O'Day on the face-off. He wins it back to Griffin O'Meara. Griffin sends it over to George. Now it's out to the point for Wayzata. Shot, easy save by George. Oh, wraparound attempt. That one almost got in there, but just a little wide. Wayzata still in the zone with it, and that one is fired at George. He gets a glove on it, but it pops up into the netting, and we'll have a stoppage of play here with 2:49 left in the first period. Still no score here. Both teams battling back and forth. Storm have done a pretty good job, though, of keeping it in their offensive zone for the most part. And I've gotten some good shots off, but not able to get anything in the net. Both goalies playing well tonight. There's a loose puck picked up by Beck, send around. Wayzata skates it out of there. Through the neutral zone they come. Nice job by Beck to tie his man up. Centering pass, but that's eventually picked off by the Storm. Kept in by Wayzata though. Cam with it. Ben Scory tries to poke it out of there. It does come out of the zone now, but it's fired back in. Back with it. Oh, that's poked off his stick. Jackson now picks it off the wall. He sends it across. Here's Archie with an opportunity here. So we got a 2-on-1. Oh, there's a shot, a loose puck, but it bounces out and Wayzata is able to control. Great scoring opportunity there for the Storm as they had a 2-on-1. Archie was able to get into the zone with the puck, got a good shot away, but nice save by the Wayzata goalie. Will Marsh on the face-off. This one poked into the zone, and Will Marsh will chase it down. He's going to outlet over to Tyson. Tyson now across the board. Tries to get it over to Archie again, but that's just a little too far. This one's dumped back in now with 35 seconds left here in this period. There's a shot. Oh, nice shot by Griffin. Goalie knocks that one down and scoops it up. Colin on the face-off. He wins it back to Cam Adair. Cam now fires one. Oh, there's a loose puck off the post. Oh, and another loose puck is still, and it's still loose. And now the net comes off, and so we have a stoppage of play. But great opportunity by the Storm again as they got in and got several whacks at it. But now we got the net back on, and here is Colin for the face-off. And this one comes to Wayzata. 10 seconds left here in this period. There's a shot blocked by Cam. Another shot right. Oh! And they score. As Wayzata scores with 0.7 seconds left in this period. They got in deep, and actually George was well positioned, but it was actually a very good shot by the Wayzata player. Just got it right up into the corner. So that'll be the end of the first period here with the score Wayzata 1 and Storm nothing. I felt like the Storm actually controlled most of that period, but Wayzata came in very late and able to get in deep and get a shot away, and it just beat George right above his right shoulder. So this game very much taking on the feel of the last time the Storm was in this arena when we played the Wayzata Blue team. A lot of back and forth, but not many goals. That one ended in a 1-1 tie. Or maybe it was a 2-2 tie, I can't recall. I think it was a 1-1 tie. But, and this one now 1-0 here as we go into the second period here. Storm are going to start off with Jackson Gaston, Colin Moose, and who do we have on the other side? That's Ben Score on the other side. This one comes, Ben picks up the loose puck. He's going to dump it in. Played by the Wayzata goalie around. Jackson does a nice job to chip it in deep. Now he's got the loose puck behind the net. Circling. Gets it out to Griffin. Griffin now fires one, but that's off the mark. Loose in the neutral zone, poked in by Wayzata, chased down by Griffin. Griffin over to James Meyer. I think that's James over there, or no. Yeah, that was James over there, and James gets knocked down. Now here's Ben Score with it. He comes to James again. Now we're going to have a penalty on Wayzata. So another power play opportunity here for the Storm as Wayzata gets called for the roughing. Roughing or elbowing. I think it's roughing. Was the call. So man advantage for the Storm for the next 2 minutes here. As Will Marsh, Tyson Jung, and Archie Reardon come back in on the front line. Beck Shepner and Cam Adair on D. I think we got everything straightened out now. Here's the face-off. This one comes to Archie. Archie now, ooh, he centers it in, but that is right to a Wayzata player. And back they come, they dump it in. And Cam shovels it out, but that's comes to Wayzata. Now Cam with it, or sorry, Beck with it. Beck loses a handle to Archie. Archie fires it all the way down. Another one poked out of there as Wayzata doing a good job killing this penalty here. Patience, guys. Now Griffin Amelia with it. Now comes to James Meyer. James is going to skate it up. James takes a shot. That is steered away by the goalie. Here's Archie with it. Archie maneuvers around, centers it across. Shot by Will Marsh. That's off the mark. Now Griffin sends it back around. Here's Otto with it. Otto out to Will Marsh. Will behind the net. Now to Archie. Archie. Now here's a shot by Archie. Another shot fired at the net, and now James backhands it in. That one's sent all the way down. That should be an icing, I believe. It's not going to get there. As Griffin comes in to pick it up. Here's Otto. Otto tries to center it across, but couldn't get there. Here's Colin now with it behind the net. Colin circling now. James Meyer misplays it, and out it comes. That one's intercepted by George. Now it's fired down by Griffin. That's all the way off the back wall, and now it comes out, and here comes Wayzata. They've got a breakaway opportunity here. Oh, nice stick by Griffin as Griffin poke checks that one away. Colin and George get tangled up there, and puck comes away at Wayzata. Oh, nice save by George. Beautiful pad save by George as he got leaning the other way, and Wayzata did a forehand backhand, and George was waiting for it as he got his pad out there. That was the save of the game so far. Shot at George, but that's off of the side of the net. Centering pass off the mark. And now we're going to have a penalty on the Storm, I believe, here. No, penalty on Wayzata, so they will now take their third penalty of the game. As I don't know, he's got to get both of them. So I think there was a little pushing and shoving, and I think he ended up just sending both of them to the box. So each team will have a man in the box for the next 2 minutes, but we'll play 5-on-5 hockey here. This one comes to Cam behind the net. He maneuvers around, gets it out to Colin Moose. Now Colin still controls it. He's going to skate it through into the zone, but if he loses control, and Wayzata comes back with it now. Cam outlets to Colin Moose. Now here's Ben Scory with it. Ben's trying to get it out of there. Can't do it. Now comes to Cam again. Cam back to Ben Scory. He's going to just shovel it down, but nobody there for the Storm, so back comes Wayzata. Here's Jackson with it. Jackson tries to poke it out of there. Now he gets control of it. Oh, now here's Tyson with an opportunity if he can get to it. Oh, and Tyson backhands it up over the net. This one knocked down, comes to Colin. Colin then shovels it in. Comes to Tyson in the corner. Tyson tries to center it out, but that's poked away. Wayzata with a couple good shots at the net there, but steered away by George. 8:27 left here in this second period. Here's Colin O'Day on the face-off. This one comes all the way out, and Wayzata will have to retrieve here. Now back they come into the zone. They fire one, but that's picked off by James Meyer. James sends it across. Here's Otto with it. Otto back to James Meyer. James tries to, he fires it into the corner. Colin comes over to pick it up. Collins going to reverse it around, but intercepted by Wayzata. There's a shot. That was off the pad of Wayzata goalie. Now here comes Otto in, try to wrestle it away. Shot at George, easily steers that one away. Now here's Colin with it. Colin outlets to Colin Moose. And that'll be an offsides on Wayzata. So face off just outside the Storm zone here as Jackson comes in to take the face-off. Jackson back to Will Marsh. Will gets it over to Cam. And now Cam back with it again. Now to Will Marsh. Will gets it into the center to Jackson, but Jackson loses control. And that's going to be an offsides on the Storm as Jackson was still in the zone. So we will face off right down front here. This one is knocked into the zone, comes almost to the goalie, but now here's Ben Scorio. Ben steals it away and then gets a shot off, and that one is pinned against the side of the net by the Wayzata goalie. Nice job by Ben to get in there and poke that one away. Offensive zone face-off for the Storm. Here's Ben with it, pinned against the wall. Jackson comes over to try to help. They're trying to fish it out of there. Now it comes to Jackson. Still loose. Now bounces around. Here is Colin Moose with it as he eventually comes away with it. Circles around for a shot. Maneuvers. Oh! Beautiful move there by Colin to get around and get a shot away, but that was... Now Ben Scory tries to get a shot in there, and it comes away to Wayzata. Kept in the zone by Wayzata. Now it comes to James Meyer. James still controls it. Now it's loose behind the net. Ben Scory over to James Meyer, back to Ben. Now it's eventually poked out of there. Now Colin Moose comes over to pick it up. Colin skates across. He's looking to get it over Jackson. Oh, and Jackson could not get a stick on it as he was bothered by the Wayzata player. This one is shoveled in by Cam Adair, but that's offsides on the Storm. So 5:05 in the second period. Wayzata still leading 1-0. Storm looking to get the equalizer here. This one gets knocked into the zone, but it's picked up by Wayzata. Now Will Marsh shovels that back in. And that one comes to Cam. Cam takes a whack at it, but it goes off the Wayzata player and up and out of play. So we will have a stoppage of play here. Offensive zone face-off for the Storm with 4:39 left in the period. Here's Colin O'Day on the face-off. He wins it back to Cam. Cam over to Will Marsh. Will. Oh, that one pops up and goes to Tyson. Now Tyson in the corner. Colin pokes that one away. This one comes out of the zone, and now we're going to have interference on. Looks like Cam Adair is going to get called for interference. So that'll be the first penalty on the Storm, and we'll get a look at Wayzata's power play here, as they will have a man advantage now for the next 2 minutes. There's a shot right at George. George is right there to cover that one. George on the face-off there, as he almost won that one and came away with it, but Wayzata controls. There's a shot that's off the mark, poked away by Griffin behind the net. Now he ties it up. Comes loose. Ooh. That one came right out front. There's a shot. That one is blocked. Now Otto with it. Otto's going to fire it all the way down. Ooh. That's going to be an icing call on the Storm. So Storm will get a fresh set of legs out now as they try to kill off this penalty. 1:19 left in the man advantage for Wayzata. Now Will Marsh gains control. He rings it around the other way, and this one is knocked out of there by Colin Moose. Comes back with it. There's a shot right at George as he calmly covers that one. Now here's a face-off for Wayzata. There's a shot. That one is blocked. Goes far wall, and Wayzata still controls it. There's a shot at George that's easily knocked down by him as Colin Moose tries to wrestle it away. 32 seconds left in the penalty. Here's a pass out to the point, and that one is fired at the net, but it was deflected up into the net. And stoppage of play now with 26 seconds left. Another offensive zone face-off for Wayzata. As Shepner, Story, Meyer, and Jung come back in. Try to kill off this last 15 seconds of the penalty. And there is a nice save by George as he slides across and gloves that shot. Face-off comes to Wayzata. 8 seconds left now in the penalty. Behind the net. A shot that goes back behind the net. Storm now back at full strength here. With 2:09 left here in the period. There's a shot. Oh! That was not much George could do about that one. That was deflected in and redirected back the other way and got behind George. So that was an even strength penalty. The penalty or the power play had just ended, but they still had control in the zone and were able to get a nice shot away and a deflection and into the net, back of the net. So they will now take a 2-0 lead here. There's another shot that is deflected up into the netting, and it actually knocked another puck that was stuck in the net out, and so 2 pucks fell back onto the ice. I haven't seen that before. And there's a shot wide of the net, goes into the corner. Still controlled by Wayzata in the zone. There's another shot that's steered away by. And there's another goal by Wayzata as that one bounced right out and put right back in the net by Wayzata. So Storm really had their work cut out for them here as they now go down 3-0 here with 1:44 left in this second period. And they have yet to get one in the net. Now James Meyer with it. And we're going to have an offsides on Wayzata as that popped into the zone and back out. So we will face off just outside the Wayzata zone. Colin pokes that away. Now he's going to chase it down. Kept in the zone. Now it's fired back out again. James is going to chase this one down and comes to George. George's going to skate it behind the net. He looks to outlet, gets it to Colin. Now here comes Colin. He's going to skate it across and just dump it in as he didn't have anybody trailing. Ooh, and goalie came out to play it, and that was a dangerous play on his part as Storm were crashing hard. And there's a shot at George, and he gloves that one. Storm have been in this position before, so they need to just relax a little and stay calm and see if they can get that first goal and break that scoring drought. It really can open things up sometimes. Oh, Ben Scory dumps this one in as Colin Moose comes in to chase it out. Now Colin moves behind the net. Colin reverses around. Does a great job keeping control of it, and he backhands it right into the slot, but poked away by Wayzata, and back they come. Back tries to wrestle this one away. This one comes to Colin Moose, but that'll be the end of the period as the Storm have now dug a 3-0 hole for themselves here with 1 period to go here. Coach Dake over across the way giving instructions to the boys, trying to fire them up here for the third period as they are going to have to battle back in this one. So we're going to start off with Will Marsh at center. Archie and Tyson on the wings. This one is won by the Storm for a second now. Eventually it comes to Will Marsh, who gets poked away to James Meyer. James fires it, but poked away by Wayzata. There's Griffin. Griffin keeps control. James outlets up to Otto. Otto dumps that one in. Now Wayzata pokes it out of there. Now Storm are going to get called for another penalty here. I think that may have been Will Marsh that got called for that one. I'm not quite sure who is in the box over there, but Storm nonetheless will be down a man now, as Wayzata is going to have another power play opportunity here. Colin tries to poke this away, but just misses that one, and Wayzata still controls. Colin gets a stick on that one. Can't quite gain control though. Well, content with Wayzata just passing it back and forth across the boards here. And Colin tries to shovel that out. Oh, now here's Colin on breakaway opportunity here. If he can get in for a shot. Oh, he does get a backhand shot away, but that's poked away by the Wayzata goalie. Here's loose puck comes to Cam. Cam now goes down. He still gains control of it though. But Wayzata now fires it in. That one's steered away by George. Comes into the corner. Now 45 seconds left on this penalty for the Storm. There's a shot at George. That one goes wide. Cam's able to get that one out of there. Oh, now here's an opportunity for George. Oh, and George. That one just gets kicked away by the Wayzata goalie. Wayzata's goalie has done a great job in net tonight. There comes Wayzata. There, poked away nicely by James Meyer. Oh, and there is a puck centered right into the crease and shot right at George, but he was able to get in front of that one. Both teams back at full strength now. Here's Archie with it. Gets it ahead to Ben. Oh, and just behind Ben as he's not able to control it. This one comes out of the zone. Wayzata will have to. Oh, Archie pokes this one away, and oh, I just couldn't quite get to it. Nice play by Archie, actually, to send his man into the board and poke that one away. Back now, shovels this back in. Colin moves with it. Now here is Ben Scory. That comes to Griffin, or to Jackson shovels it back around. Jackson sends this one in. He goes off for a change. Now this one comes to Tyson. Tyson now, he's going to leave it for Will Marsh. Will fires a shot, but that is knocked down. Now we're going to get a hand pass call, I believe. So the hand pass on the call on the Storm. So we'll face off just outside the offensive zone. Storm have about 12 players on the ice. Now they finally figured it out. Now they got. All right, Colin wins the face-off over to James Meyer. This one comes to George. George now skates it in, centers it for Otto. Otto with a shot. Now he tries to. Oh, another loose puck right in front of the net, but no one can get a stick on it. That one's kept in by James. Now it comes to Colin. Colin fires, but that is way off the mark. Kept in by James Meyer, but eventually comes out. Now here's James Meyer with it again. Colin picks up the loose puck. He fires it. That's steered away by Wayzata. Colin then reverses that back in. Wayzata now controls though, and out they skate it through the neutral zone as they dump it in and go for a line change. There's Cam with it. Cam's going to just fire that in. Goalie plays it behind the net. Archie wrestles it away. And goalie comes out and jumps on that one. Tyson loses the handle. Now Archie wins it back. Archie comes in for a shot. Now Archie tries to center again, still has control. Now it's loose out front, and Tyson comes over to try to scoop it up. Now here's a shot, and now we're going to have another penalty on, I think this is going to go on Wayzata. Yes. No, apologies. That is going to be on the Storm as Will Marsh is going to go into the box. So another power play for Wayzata here. This is not what the Storm need at this point. There's a shot at George. Good position to knock that one down. Wayzata still with it now. This one is wrestled away by Griffin Armelia, but still controlled by Wayzata. Now it's loose in the slot. Poked out of there now. As Ben Score wrestles with it. Now this one is fired back down. Wayzata will have to regroup here. With 1:15 left in this penalty to the Storm. There's a pass through the crease over to the other side. Wayzata behind the net, reverses. Back out to the point, now down low, behind, down to the circle, and pass blocked away. And this one's going to squirt out of the zone, so Wayzata comes back. They have to regroup as this one now comes to James Meyer. James is going to fire this one in. That one's played by the Wayzata goalie. Jackson tries to poke this away. He does. He gets his back down deep where Otto goes in, looking to poke it away. 7 seconds left on the penalty for the Storm, so this one's wrestled away by Jackson. Nice job by Jackson to poke that out. Poke that away. Now it's going to come back out to Cam. Cam's going to look to get a shot. Oh, and that one is through, and Otto can't quite knock that one down. Both teams back at full strength now. Here's cross ice pass over to Tyson. Tyson fires it. Little patience, Tyson. This one kept in the zone for a second, but won by Wayzata. Back they come. Kicked away by Cam Adair. Storm running out of time here as they need to get one in the net just to get something started here. Here's Tyson firing another one from long range and goes into the corner where George and Will Marsh try to pick it out of there. Now here's James Meyer with it. James trying to get it down deep, but can't do it. Will Marsh gets this into the zone, but now it pops right back out again. And this is going to be an offsides on Wayzata, I believe. Here's Will Marsh as he pokes that one himself. Now he comes in, tries to take a shot, but steered away. Archie with it. Archie tries to center it. Poked away by Wayzata. Now that one is kept in by James Meyer. As Colin moves now, wrestles this down into the corner. He still has control. Now he goes down, no call. Still has it. Now it comes away to Wayzata. Nice job by James Meyer to pinch his man against the boards. Will Marsh flings this one ahead, and this one comes to Colin Moose. Colin's going to dump this one in as Archie chases it down. That one just beyond Colin's stick. Now there's a shot by Beck Shepner, but that one is knocked down and covered by the Wayzata goalie. 3:48 left here in this one. Here's Colin on the face-off. This one bounces around. Shoveled in by Beck. Beck back to Colin. Now over to Beck. Beck fires one. Oh, and that's up over the net. Colin chases this one down. Now he picks up the loose puck. Wayzata now controls. Now they poke it out, but it comes to Beck. Now George with it. George leaves it for Cam. Cam fires it, but that is right at the goalie. So we will have another offensive zone face-off. Storm in danger of getting shut out here. 3 minutes left here in this game. Now Ben Score, he wrestles this one away. He skates it in. Centers it to Jackson, but that's off his stick. And that's going to be an icing call, I believe. Oh, no, it isn't going to get there. So Storm are going to have to chase that one down. And that'll be an offsides on Wayzata. So 2:34 left in this one as Storm have really got their work cut out here as they've got to try to get one in the net and see if they can gain a little bit of momentum, but it's not looking good at this point. The Storm are really not looking nearly as sharp as they have in the last couple of games. And now here's Archie with it. Archie out to Colin Moose. Colin now centers it, but there's no one there for the Storm. There's Cam with it. Cam gets it up to Otto. Now to Archie. Archie now skates it in. He's going to fire one. And there's a loose puck. And Otto almost got a stick on that one, but nice job by the goalie again to keep that out of the net. And James Meyer gets this into the zone. This one dumped in deep. 1 minute left in this one. Colin fires that back around. Colin shovels this in deep. And now Colin Moose is going to get called for the penalty as the Storm are going to finish this game on the penalty kill here. As that pretty much seals this game. Interesting, they called both players on that one. I'm not quite sure. I know Colin gave his man a shove as he was going after the puck. But somehow they ended up calling both of them, so not exactly sure what the final ruling was on that one, but both players in the box, so it looks like we'll have 5-on-5 hockey here for the last 34 seconds, but basically academic at this point, as scoring 3 goals in 34 seconds is a pretty tall order for the Storm. And now we're going to have, I think they're going to call a bench penalty now, as the Wayzata coach apparently did not feel like a 3-0 lead with 30 seconds left was enough, and he wanted to mouth off, so I believe that's what the call was on that one. There's a shot for Griffin. Now James Meyer with it. James loses the handle. Kept in by the Storm. 10 seconds left now. Now this one comes out of the zone. Ben Score will just skate it out, and the Storm will go down 3-0 in this one, as they fake one on the chin here did not look very good tonight, as they were a little flat tonight. They will try to regroup for their next game on Friday. They will be in action against the Apple Valley Burnsville team in the Minneapolis Cup. They did play Apple Valley Burnsville earlier in the year in a scrimmage, and they won that game 5-2. But that was, I believe, the first game of the year for both of those teams. And a lot can change after a month or month and a half. So we will be back on the air at 1:45 on Friday afternoon. Thanks for tuning in. Until then, good night.